2020 has been an interesting year. For a lot of people, this year's been the most difficult year of their lives. Now, for me personally, 2020 has been a great year. I mean, this channel has grown immensely in the past 12 months. Coming into this year, I had about 30 subscribers. I was lucky to get 10 people to watch one of my videos. Now, we're closing in on 1,800 subscribers. Most videos have over 100 views minimum. Some get into the thousands. Now, we still have a long way to go here on the channel for where I want this to be. But the progress is there. And I hope you guys know how much I appreciate the support. Even if you hate me, if you disagree with everything I say, I still appreciate you watching. Now, obviously, the biggest story of the year was the COVID. Now, I could talk to you guys for hours on how ridiculous it was for the world to turn upside down over a virus that's terminal for less than 1% of the people that get infected by it. The second biggest story of the year, and perhaps the biggest story when it comes to the world of sports, was the invasion of woke politics into our sports leagues. We saw the NBA go full woke over the summer. The NFL, they kind of dipped their knees, they kind of dipped their toes into the woke pond, quickly figured out that it wasn't a good idea to drown the NFL in wokeness. I thought we couldn't get any more woke than what we saw with the NBA over this past summer. But late this year, college football decided to up the ante. The NCAA, more specifically the SEC and Vanderbilt, they decided that just preaching about being woke, just preaching about breaking gender norms, that wasn't enough. Derek Mason, now the former head coach at Vanderbilt, and what I think was either a publicity stunt or a stunt to save his job that didn't work, or perhaps a combination of both. Derek Mason decided that he was going to let a woman step on the field in a Power 5 game and play football. Now that woman, of course, was Sarah Fuller. Even though I don't talk college football on this channel, this story I thought was ridiculous enough that I made a couple of videos on it. Derek Mason put Sarah Fuller into the game the start of the second half against Missouri, a game in which the Commodores are getting blown out. And she squib kicks for about 30 yards. It was the kick heard round the world. The mainstream media treated Sarah Fuller like she had the ability to walk on water. I said in one of my videos about this that once the season was over, Sarah Fuller would quickly be forgotten. She should capitalize on her 15 minutes of fame while she could. That once we got into the college football, the NFL playoffs, the NBA season kicking off, the media would move on, and Sarah Fuller would literally be last year's news. Apparently, that's not to be the case. Seems the NCAA, the media, they don't want to let this monumental moment be forgotten. USA Today has named Sarah Fuller one of their breakout sports stars of 2020. And the NCAA, they have given her a spot in the College Football Hall of Fame. I don't even know where to begin with this. Let me start with the USA Today, including her on their list of breakout stars of 2020. Let me tell you why I've got a problem with this. Other stars on that list include DK Metcalf, NFL wide receiver, plays in Seattle, Tyler Herro, two-guard for the Miami Heat, and Fernando Tatis Jr. I hope I'm saying his name right. I admit, because I don't know who in the hell he is. I don't watch Major League Baseball. He's a shortstop for the San Diego Padres. 3 guys from 3 separate professional sports leagues. Now, besides being professional athletes, you know what all 3 of these guys have in common? They've actually accomplished something. They accomplished something in 2020. They belong on this list of breakout stars because they had breakout seasons in 2020. DK Metcalf is having a monster year in Seattle. The Seahawks are sitting atop the NFC West. They're headed to the playoffs. Tyler Herro played a huge role in the Miami Heat making the NBA Finals for the first time since the Big Three era. LeBron, D-Wade, Chris Bosh. Fernando Tatis Jr. led the Padres to their first playoff appearance since 2006. Now, for the love of God, someone please tell me what Sarah Fuller accomplished to be included on USA Today's list. She walked onto an SEC field, kicked a ball 30 yards, then immediately ran off the field. If you or I, as men, did that, no one would notice, no one would care. But because she's a woman, because she had the courage to break gender norms, another woke term, the media is hyping it up like Sarah Fuller is a deity. Now, the USA Today inclusion was bad enough, but putting Sarah Fuller into the College Football Hall of Fame is an absolute embarrassment. Now, to be fair, they only put her jersey into the hall, but it's the same damn thing. Give it time. They'll have a huge ceremony and they'll induct her. Let me read you some of the criteria for the College Football Hall of Fame, and you tell me if Sarah Fuller qualifies. Number 1, player must receive major first-team All-American recognition. Nope, not Sarah Fuller. Number 2, football achievements are considered first, but post-football record as a citizen is also weighed in. Okay, I don't know what Sarah Fuller has accomplished off the field, so I can't comment on that. She may have done great things off the field, I don't know. But I'm damn sure that she hasn't achieved anything on the football field. Including Sarah Fuller in the College Football Hall of Fame is a joke. It is a slap in the face to the people who actually had to accomplish something to make it. The people that gave us classic games, lifelong memories. Guys like Vince Young, who competed in and won one of the most exciting national championship games in the history of college football. Coaches like Mack Brown, Frank Beamer, guys like Charles Woodson, Ed Reed. You mean to tell me that Sarah Fuller's accomplishments are in the same class as guys, players, and coaches like this? I mean, these guys are legends in college football. They are legends because of their accomplishments, not because of some media agenda. This is essentially a participation trophy for Sarah Fuller. She's constantly saying that she did this for young women. Oh, really? Really? What kind of message is it sending to young women? All you have to do as a woman is step on the football field, do essentially nothing, and you can be famous too. Sarah Fuller's clapped back at some of her critics on Twitter. People like me, who think it's a joke and a publicity stunt. She compared her critics to Uncle Rico from Napoleon Dynamite. And one person commented on that thread that critics are jealous because she did something in college football that men could never do. Please tell me what that is. You're telling me that no one in the history of college football has ever squib kicked? No one in the history of college football has ever attempted and made an extra point? About a month ago, Sarah Fuller was being interviewed and she was asked about people like me who were criticizing her, thinking that this was all a big joke. She replied that this was something I believe I have earned. Something you've earned. Something you've earned. I don't discredit her accomplishments in soccer or whatever other sport she played. I don't discredit her hard work. But Sarah Fuller didn't earn anything when it comes to football. Earning an opportunity is the guy who's a walk-on player and works his way up to the starting lineup over time. Earning an opportunity is the guy who no one believes in, who works hard in practice day in and day out, improves, and ends up making a name for himself. Earning an opportunity is the undrafted free agent in the NFL who makes the practice squad and works hard to get onto the main roster, maybe even the starting lineup. Earning an opportunity isn't stepping into the locker room day one with no experience playing football and instantly making the starting lineup. Simply put, Sarah Fuller earned this opportunity because she's a woman. That's it. If the woke media wants men and women to be treated equally, then let's treat them equally. Let's call a spade a spade. Let's be real here. If Sarah Fuller were a man named Sam Fuller, they would have never been given this opportunity. I actually feel bad for her. I really do. I feel bad for Sarah Fuller because she's being used. And I don't know if she knows that she's being used. She's being used by the mainstream media who have an agenda, who are trying to manipulate the population into buying into their woke movement. College football has been turned into a complete joke this year. I'm disgusted with college football. And not just because of the Sarah Fuller fiasco. I was disgusted with college football long before that. The NCAA and college football, I think they need to be disbanded. We need the NFL to set up a minor league just like the NBA did with the G League. You tell me how Ohio State, who played just 6 games this season, qualifies for the playoffs. You tell me how a team like Tennessee, who went 3-7, qualified to play in a bowl game. College football has become stale and boring. You have the same major programs playing for the national championship every season. All throughout the regular season, they play a schedule full of nothing but cupcake games. You have a team like Alabama, for example. A roster full of 5-star recruits. Roster with 5, 10 NFL prospects on it. Going up against teams like Kentucky, Vanderbilt, Tennessee, who might have 2 NFL prospects between the 3 schools. I feel like the NCAA missed out on a major opportunity this season. With the COVID, college football had their chance to make a schedule of all the major programs competing against each other. Instead, they created a watered-down, conference-only schedule. I quit watching college football because I felt like it was a waste of my time. I have limited free time as it is. Between my full-time job, this channel, and the sports book, I don't have much free time. Why would I waste 8 hours on Saturday watching uncompetitive football? Take Alabama, for example. Alabama this season, they won every game by an average of 30 points. Who in the hell wants to watch that? They're playing Notre Dame in the Rose Bowl. Supposedly, Notre Dame is the 4th best team in the country. The same Notre Dame team that just lost to Clemson by 24 points. Oh, how exciting. I can't wait for Alabama's matchup with Notre Dame. I know I got a little off topic here, but I felt the need to rant about college football. I used to love college football, but it has become so watered down and boring. I can't get into it anymore. I even tried to bet on some college football earlier this year. I still couldn't watch it. Maybe I'm in the minority. Maybe you guys think college football is exciting. I don't. Anyway, you watch what I tell you. ESPN is going to nominate Sarah Fuller for their Courage Award, and they're going to let her win it. ESPN will believe that they're doing the right thing, but it'll be just another publicity stunt. Because even after everything that has happened at ESPN over the past 12 months, the massive decline in television ratings, the huge layoffs, the backlash the network has received for becoming too political, too woke, ESPN still hasn't learned that the majority of their audience that watches sports don't care for being woke. All right, that's all for today. Hit that like and subscribe button. Click the notification bell to receive all notifications from the channel. Leave me a comment in the section below. Does Sarah Fuller's jersey belong in the College Football Hall of Fame? Is she truly a breakout star on the same level as DK Metcalf, Tyler Herro, people that actually accomplished something? Let me know your thoughts. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. Best way to contact me is by email at BTLKC84@gmail.com. I'll see you guys next time.